I'm gonna link Ultimate YouTuber 101's YouTube channel in the description box down below. And if you guys also want a shout out, go ahead and watch my video on how I share to get a shout out. I'll link it up in the eye. And yeah, let's just get started with the video. Back to TV, the Craft and Tech channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I make thumbnails for the series that I'm currently making, which is How TV Does It series. So this is going to be how I do it, and you guys can totally modify this if you want to make thumbnails like I do. That's totally up to you. So let's just get on with the video. So if you don't know what I'm using Canva, and I completely use Canva. I don't like to use multiple different sources because I have some tips and tricks that actually do the same things as any other different website or app could do. So first thing you want to do is you want to go to Canva, and if you don't already have an account, make an account and search up YouTube thumbnails. You'll get quite a bit of options like blank and this how to stay healthy this summer and quite a few other options, and you can choose any of them you want. It's totally up to you. The one I'm using for this series is this one, which says 5-minute skincare, the Busy Bee series. That one just looks the most best to me, and it fits the series because it just looks more like the shape I would want my thumbnail to be. So after you do that, go ahead and click on that. You want to it will open up the page for you. Now, what you want to do is you want to make sure you've done your research beforehand, which I'll make a separate video on, and I will show you guys how to do proper research for your videos. And what you want to do is you want to write your title. So I'm going to put, or anything really you want to write, but I'm just going to put my title in, which is How I Make Thumbnails. And so now that that's done, I will of course fill in the how. I'm actually not going to put the, I'm just going to put How TV Does It series. So How TV Does It series. And I'm going to just cut this part because I don't want any of this extra writing. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this photo with a photo of my choice. So the cool thing about Canva is it will automatically put my photo into the circle exactly how I want it. So I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click delete. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the side. I'm going to click my image and I'm going to drag it in. After I have dragged it in, all I need to do is drag it over to this and edit it. So I could do this or I can do this fully. What I want to do is I probably want to make it smaller a little. It's at its full potential. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do around half of this. Gives a little bit of suspense. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust this photo so I want the saturation to be a little bit more higher so that it gives you more of an effect. The tint can stay the same, the brightness can stay the same. And if you guys don't know, this is actually a feature that a lot of people find in like apps, and they use apps to do this, but you can do the same thing on Canva. And now I'm going to go to crop. I don't know if this looks better or this, so I'm going to take my time to choose, see which one looks better. This one, honestly, doesn't look good. So, by the look of this, I see that it probably is not the best photo to fit in. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is delete it. And so this is the background I still have. So I need to find a photo to go into it. So this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to come back and show you guys what photo I chose. Chosen is this photo, which I basically just took a screenshot of this thumbnail that I have, and I added it into that. And so now what I'm going to do is I want to do that little element of a blur and a question mark I do. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to do slight blur, not too much, maybe even a little tad bit less. So that looks better. Now what I'm going to do is go to Elements, and I'm going to type in question mark. And so I'm going to get a couple of options. The one I use is this second one that pops up. But I'm going to do is see if there's any better one. I don't think so. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a white. Let me check if there's any better color. So what I recommend everyone to do is really check if there's anything better. If there's a better photo, replace it. If there's a better title, replace it. If there's a better background, replace it. If there's a better element, replace it. That I'll probably change the color from white to this gray, only because it pops out more compared to white, because the photo behind it is rather pastel and has a very light color. So this question mark will pop out. So now that I'm done with the photo and I've done all the editing I need to do, what I'm going to go ahead and do is see if there's any extra features I will need in this thumbnail. And by looking at it, there's nothing extra I want to add to it. But what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to click on Elements, and I'm just going to go through what they provide. If there's anything that pops out to me, that'll look good. And if you're wondering how to get this circle to put your photos into, if you go to Elements and you click on Frames, or if you just scroll down and get frames, you have a bunch of options which you can put your photo into, which will make your photo look great. So now I'm just going to go around, see if there's anything I like. Nothing much. Now I'm going to go to my thumbnail again and see if there's anything I want to change. And I think right now what I want to change is make that text color a gray, just so that it matches with everything around and it pops out a little bit. That looks good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my previous thumbnail and see if there's anything different from those two thumbnails. So my title was way bigger, which took up most of the space, so that why it looked way more full. The image, this one was way more bright, makes it more appealing. This one isn't so bright, and I should probably rewrite that because I said How TV Does It YT Edition series. So I'm going to go ahead and edit that. Okay. So now that I have that in, I think that will be done. I'm just going to try and make it a little bit bigger, so maybe it takes up a little bit more space. And I'm decided maybe move this a little bit over. This little bit down, and then yeah, another tip I have is to do a lot of small adjustments. You may think it will do nothing to your video, but honestly speaking, it will do everything to your video. So go ahead and make those tiny little adjustments. Okay, so now that I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and take a screenshot of this or download this depending to you. I'm gonna do both just in case I have deleted one and so I have a backup. So I'm gonna go ahead and screenshot. And I'm gonna go ahead and download this. PNG is of course suggested from Canva, but if you are paying to get a limited edition one or the proper Canva where you pay, you can have other options. So go ahead and download and take a screenshot of that. And once you're done taking a screenshot, go ahead and upload your video, do all of that stuff, which I will make a separate video on how I upload my videos. And yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for videos in the past, this is it for how I make my thumbnails. If you guys have any other video suggestions, comment down below. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.